So good.
Oh, that's Grunkmeyer?
I guess so.
Okay.
Let's party.
Hi, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. Are you on the verge of taking that next big step in your relationship? Our latest collection of engagement rings is here to make your moment even more memorable. From stunning classics to modern designs, each ring is meticulously crafted to symbolize your unique love story. Looking for something truly one of a kind? Explore our custom engagement ring options and let us bring your vision to life. Visit our showroom in Ankeny and let's start creating the ring of your dreams together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Your jeweler for life.
The Murph and Andy Show is brought to you in part by Ramsey Subaru, home of the toughest, most reliable cars in the world and the people who back them up, on Hickman Road in Urbandale.
Attention all campers.
Keith Murphy.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills I've acquired over a very long career.
Andy Fales.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway.
Powered by AD.
Just a bit outside.
Murph and Andy. Live and on demand across Iowa everywhere from the Channel Seed Studios. Murph and Andy. Connected by Cellular Advantage.
Murph and Andy live on a football Friday. And Andy, I am so glad to be back at work, starting a long day, thank God. Because yesterday I was off, and that was a moving day and just a packing day, and this is way better. I'm going to enjoy this a lot more. I have so much appreciation for being here right now because it means I don't have to do something else.
Yeah, you're moving, and every part of that sucks.
Oh,
right.
Man.
I mean, not just picking up boxes and packing stuff and not knowing where stuff is anymore, but also transferring all the services over.
Right.
And then just kind of wrapping your whole brain, or every time you walk into this new space, you're like, where the hell, where am I?
What's going on
this
here?
place? Yeah, I'm living here. This is going to be my home. And it's just it's such a twist. I think that moving is one of the most universal sucks in life. I mean, really, because it doesn't matter what level of income you're at, what stage of life you're in, what location in the country you are. I mean, it always sucks. It doesn't matter if you have to do all the heavy lifting or you're doing none of it, right? I mean, It's just universally awful. And it's it's not a short-term awful either. It's all the packing. And then the moving. And then arguably the worst part of it is the unpacking. Right? Because
we've all been in houses that boxes are still unpacked months later.
Or years. Yeah. You're like, why don't you
later.
have all this shit? I don't need it. Yeah. And it's a reminder of how much stuff you've accumulated. And I don't know, but I assume Jenny is somebody who's pretty good about kind of decluttering from time to time and kind of streamlining the house, right?
She
is right about that?
Not as much as we thought, just because we are going from a big house and, kids lived here. My parents lived here in the summers, and we just accumulated everybody's stuff. So of all the moves I've made, and I've made many, this is by far the most difficult because we're downsizing. So there's this nostalgic pull on so much stuff. Then we're selling some, we're donating some, we've thrown some out. And we did a purge with a dumpster a couple of years ago, and we thought, oh boy, it was good. We got ahead of this. It doesn't feel like we did anything, but we're finally down to about what we're going to move eventually. So
and it's funny
good.
because you'll walk into the bathroom, and there's like a big box. It's the bathroom, right? I
Right.
mean, you could fit it all in one box. No. It's like 3 big boxes.
You know what the worst move I ever made was, and this is counterintuitive, but I was living with I had a couple of roommates, and we moved down the hall because we moved into a bigger place. And that seems like it would be an easy move, but we made the mistake of not packing anything up and just thinking we'll just, take it a few trips at a time. It took forever to take like one item, walk it down to the end of the apartment complex, go get another one. That was stupid. This is worse, but that was stupid.
And then there's the other, like the other component of moving sometimes is that you're moving into a place that people are still living in, and they're moving into another place that people are still living in. And the people that have bought your house, they have people that are moving into their house. So there's like this long chain. And if there's one link in the chain that is somehow delayed, like, somebody can't get out of their house, they can't get into the next house, it like holds up the whole thing.
Right.
And so everybody's just kind of waiting in this like moving purgatory for this one piece to unclog and start moving again. When we moved into this house, it was crazy. We were supposed to move in September, but the people that we were buying the house from were retiring, and they were building a townhouse, and it was
they're downsizing.
It wasn't finished. So like the townhouse wasn't finished, so we couldn't move in here. The people who bought our house couldn't move in there. People who bought our house, that they couldn't move into that. I mean, it was like
dominoes.
It was like 4 or 5 deep. And finally we were like, hey, all due respect, get out. You got to get out, man, because we got to get in. They got to get in. They got to get. Oh man, it was just nuts.
We got a little bit of clampets going too. We got stuff by the curbside that we feel like is too nice to just throw away, or maybe not worth donating. So we just set it out there, and
Hoping
bit by
people
bit,
will come by.
people come by and they take it. And it doesn't make any sense, but like when they come and look at it and then leave it, it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. I was like, that's a nice lamp. How can
Well, you don't want that piece of junk. That's good junk.
I know we don't want it, but you don't want it either.
Yeah, it's a good feeling though when people do take stuff, because they're keeping it out of the landfill. It can do somebody some good. I mean, that is a good feeling. But I mean, mostly you're just cursing yourself for like not doing a better job of staying on top of this stuff over the years.
Yes, absolutely. And the one thing I will say that has gotten so much easier than the last time I moved, and it's that televisions are now thin and light, and you can carry like one under one arm. It used to be you had to find out who your real friends were.
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys come over and help me move the television, please? Ooh, yeah. I got a dentist appointment, and then there's something else I have to do. No, I can't make it. Because it'd be like 5 guys gathered around something, everyone in the house called Mother or something, and you're trying to carry it out. It'd weigh like 600 pounds.
King size mattresses.
Yeah, those are
box
rough.
spring. Or usually I don't have a king size box spring. It's broken into a couple of
Pivot.
joints, but
Pivot.
they're like a couch, moving a couch from a second floor down a flight of stairways. It's stairs that are too narrow for the couch. That sucks.
Ooh. Yeah.
One time I had to move a copy machine. Those things were heavy. Oh man. Or God forbid, moving like a weight set or something.
Like a pool table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's why pool tables just stay. They don't move.
Growing up, we left pool tables at 2 different houses when we moved. It was just like, we'll buy another one.
Yeah. My weight set and dumbbell, we just called one of our kids and said, like, if you want it, come and get it. I'm going to have to switch to bands only because we're not moving that. We're not moving those dumbbells because, Andy, I start with like a set of 100s and go up to about a set of 200s.
The dumbbells, 100-pound dumbbells. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hey, a football Friday tonight. It's a final regular season Friday for smaller schools, and then the big classes this week and next week, and then we're into the playoffs already. Ed says the rain will stay away during the games in central Iowa tonight. Early in the week, it looked like there might be some rain because we really haven't had a bad weather Friday yet. We had one cool evening when we were at North Polk. And that,
that wasn't that bad. That was just, I was underdressed. It was.
Oh no,
it was
you were
really
there.
cool.
That was RBTV week. Yeah, you came over.
I missed
at the last minute
weekend. It was a really fortunate season, and I think the as this week has gone on, the forecast for tonight has improved each.
It has,
day,
and
so.
tomorrow night in Iowa City looks okay too. There's a
good,
little threat
okay.
of rain moving in, but not until after 9 or so. What Ed was saying, and that's a 6 p.m. kick.
Yeah.
6 p.m. kick next Friday. Final regular season Friday for the big schools and the first round of playoffs for the small schools. We'll be doing the show live from Fiscus Jewelers in Ankeny. They're celebrating 20 years with a big sale. We've been friends with Noel Fiscus and his whole crew for a long time. So 3 days only, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 20% off the Bear Brilliance collection. It's just what it sounds like. It's
Go Bears.
It's Bear. No,
BAR. Yeah, it's like it looks best
not.
on you when you're naked.
It's not like
It's
86
not
Super
Chicago
Bowl
Bears
rings.
custom jewelry. No.
The C in all diamonds.
You can purchase a carat or larger natural diamond, receive a carat lab-grown traveling ring. That's $1,500.
That's kind of genius. I mean, think about it. They give you like those lab-grown diamonds look. I could never tell the difference. They look exactly the same. So they'll give you like a replica of your really expensive ring. So when you travel, you're going to Mexico or someplace, and you want to still, have the nice rock, but you don't want to risk it. You just wear this travel ring, right? I mean, you get it, and it looks exactly the same. Everybody still thinks you got big bucks.
Wow,
but
okay.
you're not taking a risk. They give you that for free if you buy one. Now, 1
Travel
carat diamond,
ring, okay.
that's a rock. That's a big one. That is.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Fiscus Jewelers, I always am hoping that my wife is out of town.
I know you've spent some cash there.
Yeah, I never get
or
out of there.
Cards, used cards. Ultimately, it's cash. On Chad Powers this week, someone's complimenting Chad on his his diamond stud earring. And as played by Glenn Powell, he thinks like this is a brag to say. He's like, "Oh yeah, it's a blood diamond." That you don't no, Chad.
That's
No,
not something to joke about.
no. Guest House Tavern and Oyster in West Des Moines sets the table for sports and more, including Google him, Green's Green, and Known Neighbors. Coming up after Scott School, Guest House Tavern nightly specials, including Friday's surf and turf night, and igloos returning soon if it ever gets cold. Right now, high or low since the last show.
Presented by Wealth Charter Retirement Planning and Tax.
Well, Charter Retirement Planning and Tax is doing exactly that up in Ankeny. They're helping you plan for a great retirement, and they're helping you lower your tax burden as much as possible. Tim Hawkins and Company at wealthcharterretirement.com. I'm going to go with a high here.
Yes, Friday highs are the best.
Yeah, the Kabursky brothers just left. They got here like 2 hours ago.
Now, which Kabursky is that? Because you can't swing a mower without hitting a Kabursky.
This is EJ right here. So he's out there. I did it all myself last fall and this spring, and had very mixed results. My lawn went to shit this summer. It really went downhill. It looks.
Is that a
awful
technical term?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. Later on in more, we're going to go down the shit list. By the way, we've got the shit list today. It's really it's spot on. I think you're going to really like it. But anyway, EJ, I figured I was like, I better he's going to be in and out of here pretty quick. He's just going to aerate and seed and get out of here. So I ran out and took a picture of him as he's just getting started here. He just left. He was here for 2 hours. So he really did the whole thing. Aerated the whole lawn, seeded it, and then he ran over with the fertilizer and everything. My lawn is all set. You want that stuff to all be down before the weather cools off and we get a bunch of good fall rain, and that your lawn can actually get a good start before winter comes in, and then when the spring warms everything up again, it'll be all set. So Kabursky Brothers still booking, aerating, seeding, fertilizing appointments for the fall. Just give them a call there, and my lawn is set. I don't have to worry about that stuff. I feel good.
I'm going high too. This is part 2 from Wednesday, where in the move, I found an envelope that had my goals and dreams, and did the dreams, which are similar to the goals. Wrote these down, put them in an envelope. Do not remember doing this, but I'm glad I did. And on the dreams, Andy, I did pretty well, right? I mean, the things as a 21-year-old was dreaming about.
You read the goals and the dreams the other day, right?
No, just the dreams.
Oh, just
the
goals. Dreams. Wait. Those
were
similar.
The dreams.
They
sounded goalie.
They sound like they're very goal oriented.
I agree. And when I see the dreams goals, I don't get a big distinction between the two. But that was dreams. Now these are goals, and the first goal on here is to have a black BMW by age 35.
What year would this have been?
This would have been 1985 or 6, somewhere in there.
Oh man, those are some. I love those mid 80s BMWs.
Oh
too.
yeah,
if you had one of those.
By the way, I did not reach this goal. I have a silver
you got one now.
BMW
you got two of them.
So I didn't reach this. I've never had a black one. Now at this point, our son Charlie does. He got one from a BMW of Des Moines, a black after he graduated from Iowa. That was like a goal he had, and I did you don't want these payments in your 20s. He got it anyway, but he's doing fine.
Well, I'll tell you something else that was stupid about that dream of yours.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I will never get another black car.
Thank you. That's why, I could get one now. I could fulfill this goal now, but I'd got silver.
I have a black Subaru Forester right now, and it's the best car I've ever had. It's great, except for the fact that the black Subaru Forester is black. Yeah. I don't know why I picked that. I'm never doing that again. I mean, they're impossible to keep clean. Every little scratch shows up. They're hot. It's not. I've never had a black car before. I remember my parents having a black car and my dad just cursing the thing. And
they do look great right after a car wash.
When they're clean, they're amazing.
You get the car wash, the wax. You're like, man, I'm glad I got this in black.
I mean, you got a black Ferrari or something that you barely ever drive and you keep under a cover all the time. Knock yourself out. That's great. But like a car that you're going to drive, that's your daily driver, don't get black. Get silver or white.
See, I have silver. I do also like this, this new gunmetal color.
I like that.
The flat silver, or matte silver.
Don't let it get too dark though, because the closer it gets to black, man, then you start having those problems again.
Return to the South by age 30. That didn't work out for work and didn't want to. Chose to Iowan by choice, as they say. Live at a house by age 30. Just made that. Work at the network by age 35.
Jeez.
Goal unrealized.
You could have done that if you wanted to.
Work in the top 25 market by age 30.
Definitely could have done that.
Didn't do that. Work in Atlanta by age 35. These are all pretty similar, pretty career driven. That didn't happen. Trip overseas. Take a trip overseas by age 30. I did not do that. Didn't make it. Didn't make it by 30, but I have since.
So these all have time, like a time stamp. That's the difference
Correct.
between the goals and the dreams.
I like how you're putting a time stamp.
The dreams were like
doesn't count if your
dreams were like
dreams were like
picture,
nice furnishings.
Yeah, there's a deadline.
The exercise
these all have deadlines.
Yeah, the exercise must have been you need to put. You can't just have just a dream.
Because you said you got it from
a
a book, right?
Yes,
it's
correct.
Set a dream and a time to make that dream.
That's interesting. Okay, so did not make the trip overseas by age 30, but I have been since. Emmy and a Murrow Award by age 32. That did not happen. $10,000 saved by age 30. That happened because I did start young, as we say all the time.
I did not have that. I wasn't even close.
Send parents on an all expense paid trip to Ireland by age 30. I did do that. That maybe felt better than just about anything I've done. By my sister, by Barbara, a camcorder by age 30. I did that. Yeah, that's what a goal. Ski in Colorado by age 30.
I was going to say, you probably found a camcorder while you were packing up for the move. You could still make that dream come true if you haven't done it already.
Yeah, and the ski in Colorado by age 30, I did do that. I went there with my sister and parents and skied at age 30. My parents didn't ski, but my sister and I did.
Where did you go?
I think it was Breckenridge, and we had a good time. My sister was when we were in Vermont, for her age, a championship skier. So she was really good and thrilled to go back. And I don't think she's skied since. CD player in my car by age 30. Woo! That's come full circle. Now cars don't even have CD players.
In like 85, though.
You had to install it.
Those CD players were a pain in the ass. They had like this little cartridge that you had to put the disc into, and then you would put that cartridge into the player. That would be before the multi-disc changer that had to go in your trunk. Remember that thing? What a pain that was.
I had one.
But they had like a cartridge that you had to put it in there. And then I had a CD player that you could pull the entire unit out of the dash so people wouldn't steal it. And then you carried it around in this padded purse.
Yeah.
Remember those things?
I do.
God,
absolutely.
Man.
And you would
that was a tough transition, tapes to CDs.
When you would jog with the CD player, you had to do it kind of lightly and carefully or it would skip.
Oh yeah, my college roommate had a CD player that was mounted in his truck on like little rubber bushings to keep it from bumping too much so it wouldn't skip while he was driving through potholes.
The final goal on here makes me wonder if there was a time I was supposed to wait to open this, but the envelope that I found did not say that. Retire with financial security by age 65. So I think I'm going to be able to do that.
Yeah, that was a modest goal.
I would, but man, it didn't seem modest at the time because you're at 21, you're both way too confident and way too insecure. I just remember being both of those things somehow. So there's the dreams. Now let's get the buzz.
The Buzz. Brought to you by Logier Heating and Cooling.
No, those weren't the dreams. Those were the goals. Yeah, because they had a specific finish date. All right, Logier Heating and Cooling, providing Des Moines area solutions for 120 years. The buzz is Penn State at Iowa. As everyone knows, drastic change here in the past few weeks. Iowa was an 11-point underdog not that long ago, now favored by 3.5 at Kinnick Stadium, where, AD, you might know the number on this. Iowa has won, like 7 night games in a row under the lights at Kinnick?
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Rolling
I'll look
at
into
night.
that.
Yeah, I was in John
good to know.
Sears' story Tuesday. I think this would be 8. We'll fact check that. Under the lights at Kinnick. Ethan Grunkmeyer, I think, is the key to this game. Now, he's a former 4-star quarterback, but he hasn't played much. And we've seen a Penn State quarterback melt, a new Penn State quarterback melt in this situation. Night game, Kinnick Stadium, fans on top of the field, loud. And this is a really physical Iowa team. So I don't think it's the coaching change that's the key to this game. I think it's Allar out, Grunkmeyer in, that makes this really challenging for Penn State.
Yeah, and I agree, because last week was the most intense Hawkeye defensive feeding frenzy that I can remember in a long time.
Physical, yeah.
And we all know what that looks like, having watched Phil Parker defenses and Norm Parker defenses. I mean, when there's a feeding frenzy on, they're just brimming with confidence. They're coming from all angles. And when you go to Kinnick Stadium with that north end zone and just the stadium itself, I mean, it can get out of hand for a visitor quick.
It's so loud down there.
Especially, and that's not even considering who the visitor is. This is a visitor without its starting quarterback, and that's made a change at coach. So, I mean, this is not a team that is in a good position to go into a Hawkeye feeding frenzy at Kinnick Stadium with the fan base feeling good. I mean, that's just a tough situation for anybody. I mean, Penn State is still a deep talented team that's capable of winning this game. And
Absolutely.
sometimes a change at the coaching position, which I would assume the Penn State brass is considered closely, sometimes a change at the coaching position at this point of the season is great for the team, and they really respond. So, I mean, that could happen, but the odds are not great for Penn State because of what Iowa is looking right now and where you're going to have to face them.
A good point here from Andrew Jackson Smolik from Dowling Catholic. He is Penn State's backup quarterback in this game now that Aller is out for the season. So Terry Smith takes over as the interim head coach. And it's pretty clear, James Franklin, for his success. These are his players. These are his recruits. But they needed to hear a new voice for some reason. Yeah. There is no reason, no logical explanation for Penn State losing to UCLA, losing to Northwestern. I mean, they're far more talented. Penn State is far more talented than Iowa. And football is a game of emotion. The thing that I think Terry Smith, the interim head coach, will be challenged with, as well as the players' mindset, is their goals at Penn State are gone. Like, they can't achieve their goals. Their goal was to win the national championship. Their goal was to win the Big Ten championship.
Well, I mean,
those are reasonable goals.
But, though, I think those are dreams for them. Some
dreams
of those
and
are
goals.
dreams.
We're back to dreams and goals.
Well, no, really, but I think their goals now are to recover the season.
Yes,
that's
I agree.
the goal, and I think that's a realistic goal, and that's one of the reasons that you make the coaching change now. Is right. You give your team a chance to kind of reset its goals and be like, all right, one foot in front of the other, and some of these things are off the table right now. But so what? So we got a long season ahead of us.
You do wonder, though, like in this day and age where these guys are getting paid and a lot of them came in, transferred in for the opportunity to win a Big Ten championship, a national championship, maybe not playing for the name on the front as much as the name on the back. You do wonder how much there is that, like, how much do these guys care about recovering Penn State's season? Are they just trying to get film for the NFL at this point? Are they?
Because the loyalty isn't what it once was.
I don't think they care about recovering Penn State's season, but they can be selfish here. This is them. Yeah. This is their team. I mean, they're in this. They're not going to another school now.
Right.
They want to win. I think you have to assume that they have the integrity of a competitor at this level, and that they have some pride in this, and they truly want to feel like they are winning.
A reminder, the game is only on Peacock. This confuses people every time it comes up because they see the NBC Peacock and they think it's going to be on their local NBC affiliate, which for most of you, not all of you, is WHO 13. It's not on NBC. It's on Peacock only. Let's get a quickie poll from WCI Pools and Spas. The name's in Urbandale.
Does Penn State at Iowa still qualify as a big game? Yes or no?
This is very subjective, of course. Neither team is ranked. Neither team is in the championship hunt. Maybe Iowa still has an outside chance at the playoff.
Yeah, I mean, listen to our friend Chris Hassel talk about it. I mean, there's, everything is still in play, but is it a big game nationally? No. But we don't.
It's on Peacock for a reason.
We don't talk that way, right? I mean, is it a big game for us? Is it a big game for yeah, it is a big game. It's a really big game. It's
crazy as it is, Andy. It sounds, and I'd like your take and AD's on this. I feel like the pressure is now quite a bit more on Iowa than it is Penn State, because Iowa loses this game at home under the lights, and it's going to feel like, well, that's it. That's kind of a wrap on the season. Penn State, with a new coach and without their starting quarterback, I don't think Penn State's under a bunch of pressure. Their goals are already done.
I think that for Iowa, you could argue that this game has gotten much more interesting. Iowa fans, this game could have been one that, I mean, if Iowa had just gotten horsed by Indiana and, just barely won it at Wisconsin, Iowa fans could, and James Franklin was still there. I mean, like it was at the beginning of the season. Drew Aller's still the quarterback. I mean, I think Iowa fans could just be like, oh, well, we'll see what happens, but we expect that we're going to get blown out. I mean, now they feel like, okay, we have a really good chance to win this game. We have a really good chance to not just win this game, but like just keep rolling right now. And our quarterback is playing a lot better. Our offense looks better. Defense looks elite again. This is a gateway to a great season game.
What do you think, AD? Who's under more pressure?
I think I was certainly under more pressure. I agree with everything you both have said. It feels like if Penn State's a top 5 team, it feels a lot like going into that Indiana game where, man, you just hope to keep it close and maybe you pull a crazy upset and, great things happen in Kinnick at night. But now it's like Iowa is expected to win this game. And as Andy said, I mean, if Iowa loses, those dreams of winning out and going to a playoff fall apart very quickly. And all of the momentum they've built up over the last couple of weeks goes away. And so it's a weird position. I'm uneasy about it because I know Penn State's a really talented team.
Yeah, if you just compare the talent on paper, Penn State wins this game.
And even
including quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Even their redshirt freshman quarterback who's never really played before is a much better player on paper than anybody on Iowa's roster, right? I mean, this is how it goes.
in a knee brace and not moving well.
And so it's like, yeah, I do feel like the pressure's on Iowa. I also think, much like that Wisconsin game, if Iowa can come out and kind of punch them in the face, there's some quit to be had in Penn State. And if you don't give them a chance, you can kind of run away with this game. But I'm more uneasy about it than I was, a couple of weeks ago.
Don't forget Instant Iowa with AD and Chris Hassel after the game on all these Iowa Everywhere platforms. Sometimes not after the game. They went early because the game was over after the first quarter against Wisconsin. I think they waited until the end of the third quarter before they started the show. Interact on YouTube. On X, it's Murph_Andy. The email is Murph_Andy at iowaeverywhere.com. It is all presented by the Cellular Advantage with 35 regional locations and proud partner with U.S. Cellular since 1993. And now, here's What's Bugging You, powered by Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom Coates. If what's bugging you is your credit card debt, please call us at Consumer Credit of Des Moines. Since 1987, we've helped over 100,000 people, and we can help you.
Hi, this is Drew from Milwaukee. What's bugging me is when I listen to a podcast like Two Guys Named Chris, and especially when I watch it on 1.25 speed so I can get through it a little faster, and I hear one of the podcasters constantly interrupt and won't let the other one speak. If you listen to that show, you'll know what I'm talking about. Out.
Hey, yeah, this is Rhonda from Watch here. What's bugging me is my husband's laundry technique. I'm glad he does it, but listen, he washed and dried my cashmere sweater, the vintage one I got up there at that estate sale up in Carroll. I could have used a washing, but that's besides the point. So then I decided, oh, what the hell, and I wore it out to get a pack of smokes at Casey's. And the cashier said, hey, what's that hanging out your sleeve? I said, what do you mean? She said, here. She gave it a tug, and what'd she pull out? A pair of my husband's church undies, holier than a slice of Swiss cheese. So yeah, that's what's bugging me.
Oh my goodness. That's some good stuff
undies.
there. A speak pipe.
I love that term.
.com / or / Murph_Andy. Leave it what's bugging you anytime. Was that Lee Corso getting his laundry out of the dryer?
Was that the first Two Guys podcast?
Yeah, I think
that
it might have
picture
been.
of Williams looks like it's 10 years old.
AD, that was kind of a strong push into Williams there. That wasn't subtle suggestion. All right. Other hot topics here on a Friday. Curt Cignetti got paid. Oh, my goodness. He's not going to Penn State.
You really think this guy looks like me?
It's our most frequent
I think
look-alike
I'm
this
much
season.
better looking than he is.
Yeah, I think you are too.
Thanks.
I think that it definitely helps when you're both wearing the same type glasses.
I mean, he's a lot older than I am. Yeah.
He doesn't have a butt chin. Yeah, he's 64. Which,
he doesn't have a butt chin, which
he gets so much for the big buyouts going away. All it takes is one school to be scared, and Indiana will owe Cignetti $93 million if he's fired. $93 million. He's going to get $11.6 million a season.
Yep. So there you go, Indiana fans. If you're going to complain about his buyout, do it now.
8
not
years.
Not later. And bet there nobody is.
2033. He'll be 72 years old. This is, I guess we have enough of a body of work for Indiana, a school I once could not imagine, A, being in the top 5, B, being a national championship contender, and C, paying a coach more than $10 million a season. But we're all here in this new world.
Yeah, and you kind of have to be careful about how much you buy in at this point, right? Because so often, fizzles out.
Michigan State had that happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's
bad.
so many different coaches. Looked like just an absolute home run early on. But I do think that this is, this is what Indiana fans wanted. Right? They don't want people, and they're not really used to this yet.
No.
Football success, I should say. They're used to people picking around on their football coaches, but not at this level. I mean, right now, he's like the most coveted, or was the most coveted college football coach in America that's actually coaching. And he's in the crosshairs of just way too many jobs that I'm sure Indiana football fans feel inferior to. So they wanted security, but I just think this is the day and age to be able to do this at Indiana, because they can buy the players. That is a rich university that has deep pockets in athletic boosters. I mean, just think of all the money that they've flushed down the toilet in men's basketball.
Yeah, now they got all this Big Ten media rights money coming in. It's only going to grow.
Yeah, and they've got Darren DeVries now, but they've wasted so much money on they've been willing to spend anything on men's basketball for the longest time, and they've just been burned right and left. So I imagine some of those donors have kind of pulled their hands back into their pockets.
They're having
fun.
fun.
Kept them there, and now they've got football working out. So I imagine a lot of those men's basketball donors that probably were tired of throwing their money away, are happy to turn it to football. And it just looks to me like a legitimate, strong program right now. And they're improving the stadium and the facilities there.
Google them.
Yeah. I mean, they have something going on, and they can compete in the Big Ten. And if you can compete in the Big Ten, you can compete for a national title. So I think that I think it's smart for him to stay there. Not test the market. He's happy. He's got something rolling. He's got that university and the athletic department on a string right now.
Sure.
Doesn't happen very often, and that's a good one to have on a string.
And he had this play out exactly like we thought it would. You have this interest. He becomes the number 1 or number 2 candidate national in speculation. Indiana's, who had just given him a lucrative contract, like, we got to give him another contract. This is great if you're Curt Cignetti. 5 years ago, he was making $425,000 at James Madison. He was 59 years old. And that, for most of us, that'd be a really good salary. But in the world of coaching, look at the difference now. He goes from 450 to more than 11 million in 5 years. Here's Cignetti on his new deal at Indiana.
My wife, Manette, and I love Indiana University, Bloomington, the state of Indiana, the people we've met. We have very strong feelings about President Whitten and Scott Dolson. And, we've accomplished a lot here in a short amount of time, but still have a lot of work to do. So I couldn't be more proud to be a Hoosier, and I plan on retiring as a Hoosier. And the way that this state has embraced us and our success in football has meant more to me than anything else. So I just wanted to get on camera and let you know that Curt Cignetti is going to work daily to make Indiana the best they can be.
That is exactly what a Hoosier fan wants to hear. We don't even know if Penn State has picked up the phone and gauged his interest. Doesn't matter at this point. This is sending the signal that he's out of any change this year.
Yeah, and, I love hearing that too, whether it's from a coach or a player, where they just come out and say, I'm going to earn this contract, right? You know, the first thing I'm going to do, the number one thing I'm going to do with all this money is try to make you feel like I've earned it.
That is good. Big Ten coaching salaries. Remember when Kirk Ferentz was number one? He's not even in the top 5 now. They got Ryan Day. Cignetti moves up to second. Lincoln Riley third, and Dan Lanning, Matt Rule, who is certainly being mentioned in any conversation about Penn State at this point. He's an alum. And then Brett Bielema making $8.2 million a year. Grimaldi's fan photo winner of a $50 gift card goes to who, AD?
Luke Jones. Here's his son. Let me pull this up here.
Landon.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Son Landon with TJ Otzelberger. And I picked this because it's a one-of-a-kind photo. It's the only picture known to man where TJ's wearing sleeves.
Oh. Good
yeah,
pull.
yeah.
You can't see his arms.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
right.
was possible. So congratulations to Landon and Luke and the Jones families headed to the Grimaldis and Ankeny, courtesy of the Murph and Andy show.
Well,
Maybe
every now and then,
TJ.
Every now and then you got to put the guns away.
Yeah, they could invite him to go along with them with the $50 gift card. Now here's Cardinals head coach, that's Cardinals football, head coach John Gannon on when he learned to take emotion out of coaching.
Coach, how early in your career did you have to start trying to figure out how to take the emotion out of coaching, as far as when you have all these injuries and you have all these different pieces? When's the first time that you can recall that?
2007, when our quarterback went to jail.
Coach, thank you.
Damn. That's like a big old question, right? It's like somebody just jumping down and being like, what was your favorite day ever?
It's looking for it's a deep question.
Yeah, you're like, man, I can't just answer that right now. The guy had it. He immediately.
He was ready.
It was ready.
Yeah.
It was like he had just been talking about it.
I don't know his history. I don't know John Gannon's history, but he's, I assume, talking about Michael Vick?
Yeah. Yep. He was with the Falcons.
Okay. He was with the Falcons.
Okay.
Gannon was with the Falcons. Man, what an answer. And that's like, okay, thank you, everybody. Just get up. That's the final thing. And that's why you keep asking questions. You don't know what answer you'll get. The Icy Hot Bowl last night was great. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers and 40-year-old Joe Flacco. Flacco admitted after the game that sometimes the play was sent in or through his headset and he didn't know what it meant. So he had to kind of freestyle because he doesn't know the playbook that well yet, which is just wild. But this was an entertaining game. It ends up being won by the Bengals in those sweet uniforms, 33-31. Jamar Chase had 16 catches. That's a Bengals record. And on the final play of the game, Hail Mary for the Steelers, Rodgers threw the ball 70 yards in the air. That is the longest recorded pass in the NFL since 2017. He's 41 years old. He's got the arm still.
Yeah, I just in growing up around a lot of people from Ohio and knowing kind of their the way they think of sports. God, victory. There's nothing better than a victory over the Steelers. I mean,
I don't think they probably expected this by any means.
Whether it's Cleveland or Cincinnati or, just people in Columbus. I mean, the Steelers, they've always beaten up on those teams. I mean, that feels good to them. I mean, I imagine Cleveland probably likes beating the Ravens. I don't know. They probably like the Steelers more, but I don't know. It's close. But just beating the Steelers, beating Aaron Rodgers, that's a good day.
Keegan Murray gets paid. Native Iowan, former Hawkeye, 5 years, $140 million rookie extension. Good for him. I mean, he's really likable. Always been a nice guy. I think Iowa was his only Power 4 offer out of high school. He really developed. Fran McCaffrey and his staff deserve credit for taking a chance on Murray when nobody else was. I know the narrative at the time was kind of like, oh, this is a legacy scholarship because his dad was so good at Iowa. But
sometimes those work out.
Yeah, this worked out. This is generational wealth. I mean, no one expected this. No one expected this when he was coming out of high school. So good for him.
No, that is a ton of money. It's just it's too bad that we've had, you know, two big Iowa players, Harrison Barnes and him, go to Sacramento. Right?
It feels a little like witness protection.
Yeah, it's just so hard to. It seems like it's so hard to. I know in this day and age you can follow any team, but it's just not the same. It seems like they're so disconnected.
AJ Green gets paid $45 million, fully guaranteed. And this is a really good story. UNI Panther, of course, also native Iowan. But speaking of narratives, switching over now to the Cyclones, saw a lot of people that just thought it was really stupid of him to not go play a year under his dad and TJ Otzelberger at Iowa State. Instead, he, opted into the NBA where he already had a side deal with the Bucks. He wasn't drafted, but he knew the Bucks had told him, we want you on the team. And now anybody being honest would have to say, hey, he got it right. He knew what he's doing. He didn't need to go to Iowa State for a year.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how you could argue any other way, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can absolutely remember at the time just thinking, what does he think? I mean, nobody knew about the side deal.
Right.
But it just seemed like he's ready. He's that confident that he's going to the NBA right now. I mean,
Couldn't he use a season in the Big 12?
Yeah, one season in the Big 12 would he just improve his stock a little
Right.
bit? But no, I mean he was right, and it's cool to see that somebody just believes in themselves. They do the legwork to ask the right questions, use their resources, do the research, and hey man, I understand the way this looks right now, but I got this.
Yeah, and we shouldn't put this on Cyclone fans because I remember feeling that way too. Like, wouldn't he benefit from a year?
I think
in
we
the
all
Big
felt
12?
that way.
Like, what?
I feel UNI fans probably felt that.
It's looking good now. The Dodgers have Brewers on sweep alert, 3-0. This has unfortunately been kind of the mismatch that people would have expected before the season. But during the season, you thought maybe the Brewers could win this, and that would be good. And in the ALCS, it's game on. Series is now 2-2. Blue Jays came back to win 2 games. And the Mariners, who I didn't realize till you said this the other day, are the only team in Major League Baseball that's never been to a World Series. And it looked like they were headed that way, but now we've got a best of 3.
Yeah, I know. It's just always so strange. I mean, the Mariners have been around for a long time. It's so odd that there would be teams in the major leagues that have been around for a long time and just have never been
right
to the championship game or series. But the Lions and Browns out of 2 of the oldest franchises in the NFL have never been to a Super Bowl.
The Lions could change that. The Browns won't.
Well, they could. I mean, they both had their chances, but you're like, what in the world? You've never even been to the series or the game where you could win the championship. But yeah, the Mariners, I mean, it proves how hard it is to get there, I guess. But
they had some good teams.
All these other franchises have seemed like every now and then somebody just backs into a World Series or into a Super Bowl, maybe when they don't have their best team, but it just works out for them. But it's never worked out for the Mariners.
Andy, you seem to enjoy the all-name team from NCAA buzzer beaters. So now we're back with the women's first team. From Pacific, we have La Miracle Laban. Then from Southern Utah, the center, Nike Borg. From Charleston Southern, Thelma Barbich.
That's how you got to say it, too.
From Pacific, Winter Bartholomew.
I think that's Bartholomew.
Oh, Bartholomew.
Winter
You're right.
Bartholomew.
Winter Bartholomew. Okay. Good catch. From Arizona State.
Last tier or last tear?
Last tier
Poa.
Last tier Poa.
Ooh.
Must be last tier. It wouldn't be last tear. It'd be like, oh, my last injury was a tear. I think last tier Poa. From Utah Valley, Gabby Goo. So to me, this is a two-person race between Barbich and Goo. Who's your name team player of the year?
Gabby Goo. I mean, that's last tier POA is.
You have to think about it too much.
Gabby Goo. That sounds like it's made up. I mean, it's not even make up. Like if you would make up a name, you wouldn't go with something that ridiculous. It wouldn't sound real.
AD, who you going with? Who's your player of the year, all name team going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think as boring as it is, I think Gabby Goo.
Okay, time for throwdowns.
Throwdowns. It's Throwdowns, backed by Heartland Tire and Auto.
Heartland Tire and Auto brings us Throwdowns. Hey, there I am. Treating you like family. And Ankeny, Walker, Knoxville, Boone, and Crescent, an authorized dealer, both Firestone, Ridgestone.
What is going on with your microphone?
Yeah, you're fading in and out.
Am I?
Now you're back.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't know. Huh? Maybe I'm moving around too much.
Yeah, maybe you're too fast.
Maybe I got all gooed up.
Andy, Iowa was a play away from beating Indiana, who then went on to beat Oregon en route to a top 3 ranking. Should that win by Indiana make Iowa fans feel better or worse about how they played against the Hoosiers?
I mean, I think it should make you feel better. It should make you feel better about the Penn State game. It should make you feel like, you are. I mean, Indiana is a legitimately great team this year, and you were right with them. I think you can. I think Iowa fans are imagining that game tomorrow. They're remembering that game and think, okay, all right, now we're going up against a team that is not as good as Indiana. If we just play, and we're better than we were then, so we can win this game. Just do it just like that, and we can keep rolling through the season. I mean, the way they played, the quality of their play in that game against Indiana, I think gives you a belief that you can, still have a really good season if you're Iowa.
Yeah, all of that. Agree with all of that. And I think I'd add to it, too, that the win over Oregon also made you realize that Indiana is as good as advertised or better. And I think we all have trouble moving into that space where playing Indiana close and feeling like you should have won the game is some big accomplishment because you're still picturing Indiana football. But that win at Oregon showed you like, oh, Iowa might be better than anyone thinks.
Murph, your son Cade became a Brewers fan this year and almost saw them get all the way to the World Series, but
it's not over yet, AD.
It's close. Fandom is as much about pain as anything. Is it a good thing that Cade's team won't win a championship in his first season on the bandwagon?
Absolutely. He needs to earn it more. He needs to be a real fan. I mean, this would be like somebody declaring themselves a Bills fan this year, and then the Bills win the Super Bowl, and Sipker would probably be kind of irritated by that, and I would understand it. You got to show yourself to be a real Brewers fan, and I know a lot of people, the Cyclone fans, have been annoyed at Andy's take on being disappointed in Tyrese Halliburton just abandoning the Brewers fandom because they canceled his first pitch after the Pacers eliminated the Bucks. But come on, if you're a real fan, not just a casual fan, you don't start wearing a Dodgers or Cubs jersey just because you feel like the organization screwed you over.
That's very true. I think that I understand sometimes when people pick up a team and they win right away. It's not like he's picking them up as a team after they've won a World Series. I mean, that's different. I mean,
part of his process was he wanted to pick a team that hasn't won the World Series.
Yeah, and if they win early on, I mean, that's an amazing feeling that likely makes you a fan for life. Now nobody believes you when you say, no, I started rooting for them at the beginning of that season, and then they won the World Series. They're all like, yeah, right. You started at the end of the season. But I mean, the point is it delivers you to super fandom. But yeah, I mean, earning it and being, I mean, I can only imagine. I've never really understood like the people in Iowa that decided to become Cubs fans when they could have picked any team. But they just decided to become a Cubs fan, and then they would just go through this heartbreak every single year, over and over, going, even though they didn't live anywhere near Chicago.
We have the Iowa Cubs in Des Moines, Andy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's minor league. I mean,
It's
there's a
mostly
little bit of
WGN at the time.
All right, well, whatever. But you could pick a different team, but like somebody that,
Braves.
or like Sipker and the Bills. Like, why the hell would you stick with that? I mean, just all that heartache, and you're totally disconnected from the city of Buffalo. I mean, you don't even have any connection to Buffalo.
He's going to cancel his appearance now.
Why would you do that and then stick with that? Just like, I mean, it's you look masochistic, like you like inflicting pain on yourself.
All right, that's Throwdowns.
Man. All right. Yeah, it was. Confluence, official beer of Murph and Andy. Confluence is where good things come together. In the middle of moving yesterday, Jenny and I made a run over to Cooney's for one, and then came back, and they have Old Tavern on draft at Cooney's.
I have
Chris from Confluence, so I was over there.
I've got some of those in my beer fridge downstairs. I've got a whole bunch of Confluence down in the beer fridge, and I can't. There's no one here in the house right now to
bring you one.
It.
Oh, that's right. You're in Friday. This year, you're off. I mean, other than this.
Does it look like I'm dressed for TV today?
Just not thinking.
This is healing finally, though.
Yeah, I did.
Tough.
I didn't even notice it today. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, it's finally that the
plus it's so
the
much
pizza
smaller
burn.
than your butt chin. So unless it's egregious, you don't even notice it. Ready or not, Scott School.
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, it's Scott Sipker.
New York is one of our most famous states. It was originally called New Amsterdam because the Dutch settled it in the 1600s. And then the British eventually were able to take it over. And most people think they renamed it New York after York, England. However, that is not true. They named it after the brother of King Charles II, a man named James Stuart, who happened to be the Duke of York. And he was a great military commander. And then later on, after his brother, Charles II, died, he became James II of England. And that's Scott School!
Scott School, Scott School, Scott School is cool. Yeah.
And
Also,
Scott School
James VII of
is
Scotland.
presented by Carbless Premium
yeah.
handcrafted cocktails.
We love carbless. Me and Mackenzie, we talk about. We were just on the phone a little bit earlier. We were talking about carbless. Can't seem to stop talking.
This show is just loaded with good stuff to eat and drink, isn't it?
It really is.
Just loaded, man. It's stocked. I would love. I mean, we could build a bomb shelter out of this show's sponsors, right? We could go underground for years.
You could probably get a bomb shelter sponsor.
Do they still sell those?
I think they probably sell more now than they used to. Stupid Quickie poll is from Hoodoo. And what do we have, AD?
Yeah, let's How many of your neighbors who live within 2 doors of your front door do you actually know by name? All of them, most of them, about half, or none?
Within 2 doors of my front door. So like 1, 2,
several directions.
Or 1, 2, 3.
One, not your door, but adjacent to you. That on both sides would be 1, and then 2 would be on that side.
So
you get 4 houses.
Okay, on each, but not across the street. That doesn't
Not
count.
across the street.
Okay.
I know them all.
Yeah,
All
I half for me.
I know them all.
Oh, I feel like a dick.
I'm half as well, and I'm trying not to.
I
Some
know
of
them
these
all,
people don't come outside,
and I like them all.
Yeah, well, too late now.
My next door neighbor, I have no idea what their last name is. They've lived here for 3 years.
We've got some nice neighbors. I know most of them, but there's a couple of new move-ins that we have not gotten to know yet.
Which is just weird because growing up in Mount Carmel, I knew everybody's name in the entire town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Like every neighborhood's got one house, it seems like, where the people don't talk to anybody. Right? Doesn't every neighborhood have that and
they go dark on Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a few of those that go dark on Halloween. It pisses me
I
off.
think a big difference I've seen, even like in the years our kids grew up here in the past, 20, 25 years, one of the things that's changed so much is kids just don't play outside as much. Now when we talk to a neighbor now, it is almost always they're walking their dog. Where it used to be you would meet kids and families just because they're all playing outside and playing games, but screens have changed so many things, some for the better, but a lot for the worse.
Well, and that's, I've said this before on What's Bugging Andy. I mean, that's Halloween. That's why Halloween is so important. Trick-or-treating is so important. I mean, really, it's like in some neighborhoods, it may be the only time that neighbors talk to each other, right? That they see each other. I knew every single one of my neighbors in the neighborhood I grew up in St. Louis because of trick-or-treating. Now, most of them I knew better than that, but you would go around to each house and they all participated in Halloween, and whether they had kids or they were old and retired, it didn't matter. They would invite you in, you would come in, you would meet them, and that's little Andy Fales, and you would make this connection. It was really important. It's such an important piece of community. And, it makes a huge difference when you know who the people are. Like, you can put faces and real people with a house, right? You're just like, oh yeah, no, that's this family. And you will remember them for the rest of your life. It's so valuable. And it makes me so sad to see the houses in my current neighborhood that don't participate in Halloween, because it's such an easy thing to do. And it's so important for community, especially now as we have moved from a front porch society to a back deck society. That one night a year where you can be a front porch society again and see how valuable that is.
Well, cheer up, Andy. Let's get some more. Let's do that.
But wait, there's more from Either Or Eatery and Patio.
I'm taking the kids to Either Or tonight. The Fales family is Kahala's out of town, and I used to love it when
brilliant plan.
My mom would go out of town when we were kids, and now I see it as like my dad didn't want to cook, but he would take us out to dinner, and we would go to like a fun place. And you didn't care what you ordered or whatever, and he would love to go someplace. We'd go to the Ground Round when you could throw the peanuts on the floor, the peanut shells on the floor. Remember that? Go to a pizza place. He would anywhere he'd get a pitcher of beer, and we could get whatever we wanted to eat. I'm going to do that tonight. It's going to be great. Although I don't think they have pitchers of beer at Either Or.
Well, they have beer.
I bet you could talk them into it.
I bet so too.
Yeah.
Give me a pitcher of this here Lua beer. Whose dog is that?
That's mine. That's Atticus trying to protect me from the mailman.
Yes. It could be mine. It's not. Okay, we got some good stuff here in more, but before, though, let's begin with a little warm-up.
My name is Joel Saltzman. This karate form is called Hardy Bull. Yeah.
Not a good sign. He almost had to stop because he was so winded.
And we're sure that's not AI.
That guy's just wreaking havoc on somebody's shins and ankles.
In his own mind,
those kicks, man.
I love the ode to Jesus right there on his chest too. Just a really nice cross,
huge cross tattoo. Yeah,
and I wasn't sure. Did he fart a couple times, or was that just his
I thought I
feet
heard
going
something
across
too.
the grass? It sounded like it was like a.
You're straightened like that in those tight pants. It's gonna happen. That band was like those pants were like a tourniquet around his waist. Grand opening of the Ingersoll Dinner Theater, now just called the Ingersoll.
Wow.
It has been delayed. It was supposed to open next month. It's not going to open until New Year's Eve, but they're gonna do it strong. They'll ring in 2026 in style with 2 big New Year's Eve shows on December 31st.
I hope it happens.
Are you skeptical?
Andy, I have seen so many stories over decades of this has been bought. They're going to fix it up. It's coming back.
Well, you've seen the work going on there, right? I mean, that place it's going to open. It's close.
This is not the new floor, right? Now that floor's done, we're just moving on to the Ingersoll Dinner Theater.
Yeah.
It's going to be done.
It's been sitting there for a long time, and the Greenwood Lounge.
Not changed at all.
Is going to be
exactly the same.
Yeah, we got to rank bathrooms of dive bars, and because the Greenwood.
Let's go around. We got to go around and get some photos first.
Okay, that's a good idea.
I'd like to do that. Yeah, that's a good post.
Is this a plan here?
Yeah, we should do that.
Welcome. Dive bar bathroom photos.
Yes, dive bar bathroom photos.
Take them the right way. I mean, responsibly. Don't be planting those things. Hiding them or anything. You know.
Yes, we're not talking about anything illegal. Just when the bathroom is empty. Just to be clear, we don't need to be
specifically the toilet. We don't want any photos of
no hidden cameras.
No, we want no one in the bathroom at the time,
except the person taking the photo.
And be careful when you take a picture of the bathroom, right? I mean, don't walk in there with the camera already on, the app already brought up on your phone. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley. Oh, man. I am sad about this because Kiss was important to me when I was a young kid, like a young kid. And Ace was my guy. And I know a thing or two about Ace Frehley. And you're going to hear it. He's the original lead guitarist of Kiss, Space Ace, the absolute fan favorite because he was quirky. I mean, he was an individual. And he drove Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley crazy, and they basically kicked him out of the band in 1982. And that right there lets you know that fans were onto something because Gene and Paul were a couple of assholes. I mean, they're hard to deal with. Those guys are a lot, really. I mean, really hard to hard on Peter Criss, hard on Ace Frehley, hard. All 4 members of Kiss came out with their own solo albums in 1978, and not only was Ace's the only one that was any good, it was really good. It included the track that you'll probably recognize, New York Groove. You better believe I'm back. Yeah, that's a good tune. Really good.
I did not know all 4 members of Kiss put out their own solo album in the same year.
I have an idea what the covers all look like.
Yeah, they look
was
like
this.
this.
Like together, or were they competing with each other? What was going on there?
I think it was probably together. It was probably something they all wanted to do, but it was all kind of coordinated. I mean, Gene and Paul were always about making money and commercial stuff, but Ace was kind of like the real musician.
And they would get so annoyed with him in some of the interviews.
Oh yeah,
they're easy to find. They're just like seething.
He drank a lot, and I mean, he was a real he was like a Joe Walsh type rock star, right? He lived the life. But Ace had a great eye for up and coming musicians. He hired Will Lee, bassist Will Lee, and drummer Anton Fig for this album. And they later on became a couple of guys that you saw every single night as they joined Paul Schaefer in David Letterman's house band for The Late Show with David Letterman, the world's most dangerous band. They were in that basically for the whole time. There's Will Lee on the far left there and Anton Fig at the drums. Anton also joined Ace's solo band, Frehley's Comet, in the 80s, which I saw at the Chase Park Plaza in St. Louis in 1988. We waited for Ace outside and ended up getting his autograph. He was smoking a joint. He handed it to one of my friends.
Did you smoke it? You smoked a joint with Ace?
I did not, and my friend didn't hit the joint. He just held it for Ace as he signed our stuff. He should have, but anyway, I had his. I have no idea where that autograph is now. No idea, but Ace, and he was really kind to fans. He was just known as a really nice guy. He drank a lot, but he really, really nice guy, and I think you're seeing a lot of these posts from a lot of people today and yesterday because there were a lot of people that just really genuinely liked Ace. And Kiss was not a band that was easy for a lot of other bands to get along with, but they loved Ace. You hear other rock and roll musicians talk about Kiss in good terms, probably talking about Ace. Loved this from Facebook. This map is titled Literally Every U.S. Statistic Ever.
That's great.
I mean, Oklahoma should probably be red. New Mexico should probably be at least orange. I don't know, but it's...
I'm having radio show flashbacks right now to the amount of time. And where are we headed, Murph?
Yeah.
We're going south.
We're going south. Yep. While we're on social media, let's go over to the shit list that I was talking about earlier. Here we go. Types of shits you should definitely know. And what they mean, what they're translated to. Dog shit, which translates to very poor quality. Bullshit, that means not true. Horse shit, that's nonsense. Ape shit is rambunctious. Guy just went ape shit. Bat shit, that's insane. Right?
These all make sense.
They're spot on.
Yeah, we know how to use them, and it's so interesting. One word could have so many different variations.
All these different barnyard shits. Yeah, chicken shit, that's cowards. Rat shit, poor quality.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one.
Rat shit, yeah. Oh, look at that rat shit house that guy, what I rented when I was younger, whatever. No shit, obviously. Holy shit, mind-blowing. Hot shit, very good. Dip shit, that's a total dumbass. Tough shit, take it or leave it. Jack shit, nothing. The shit. Perfection. The shit, the opposite of jack shit, maybe in some ways. And then shit. Expression of extreme disbelief.
That's great.
Apple and NBC Universal are set to offer a bundle subscription for their streaming services. Starting Monday, customers will be able to subscribe to a bundle with Apple TV and Peacock Premium for $15 a month.
Okay.
That comes with ads, of course. If you want the one without ads, it's another $5 a month.
It's probably worth it.
These bundles, I got a bundle a while back so I could watch the second season of 1923. I got Paramount Plus, and it came with like BBC Plus and like a few others. And I've been canceling those, and it's funny. You jump on there to cancel, like the moment you say you're going to cancel it, they offer it to you for 99 cents a month. Like immediately. No haggling at all.
Or you cancel it. This happens to me because I haven't watched it in 2 months. The very next day, it's like, shit.
Yeah.
There's a football game I got to watch. Damn it.
After you
Time to sign up again.
Now I got to sign up again.
Yeah, you gotta think ahead a little bit. But all right, let's take a moment now for some unexpected karaoke.
Rising up back on the street, live my time to my chance. With the distance down back on my feet, just a minute in this world to survive. So many times having street fights, you trade your passion for glory. You lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive.
All right, now open up. No.
I used to tell you, turn up the fights, riding up to the streets of the rivals. And the last bullets rise, scream alive. Watch and I saw, quit on the danger.
Is it his first time singing that song?
Does not match his look.
No.
Oh.
No. Somebody told him he was going to be a rock star, that song would be in his Q zone. It's not.
I always like the people that go ahead and record themselves, even though they maybe don't have it down pat. Yeah. Let's end with this. Back to the bowels of Instagram. And I'm not sure what to label this one. Should it be filed under real or AI, which is a segment that we like to play when Scott's on? Or is this one called, is this one filed under laugh and you're going to hell?
Ah! Vorsicht! René, fahr! Halt dich fest! Oh nein, 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 rollt runter!
Okay, so the bird comes up and scares them, and they happen to be pushing a man in a wheelchair on a gravel road at the top of a ski hill.
With a guy on a scooter.
Yeah,
whatever you call it.
Who starts riding down. All right, so where do we file that, Scott?
Can we watch that again?
One more time? Okay.
Ah! Vorsicht! René, fahr! Halt dich fest! Oh nein, 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 rollt runter!
I think she's running way too fast for that to be real.
Yeah, I'd say.
She's like,
isn't it?
Yeah. She's keeping her footing, and she's wearing like some women's flats.
Yeah, and there's just randomly a guy chasing on whatever that's called.
It is a good move though to pixelate the video. It makes it harder to be able to tell what's going on. So good move out of them, but no, that's got to be AI.
Time and Andrew Downs.
Does it make it okay to laugh though if it's AI?
Yes.
Ooh,
I think so.
It's
an old man in a wheelchair going down the side of a ski hill.
Time for the 80 square.
That's your more, everybody.
Yeah, before we get there, just want to I will be at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Coralville tomorrow at 3:00 for a little Hawks on Tap pregame before the Penn State game. It'll be right here on Iowa Everywhere as well. So join me for that. We're going to have some giveaways, have a lot of fun. That'll be cool. It is Friday, so some parental advisory is necessary. Shout out to Game Day Men's Health for sponsoring this segment each and every day. None of these bleeps are necessary. It's all innocent conversation. I place bleeps to make you hear things that aren't actually being said. What you hear is on you, not us. It's This Week in Iowa. Unnecessary censorship.
I'm telling you, though, there were still a few shots that hurt.
Yeah. Did you get hit in the
I think the cup was the first thing I put on.
You and Kyle were having like a meaningful discussion, but it was really hard to pay close attention because Sipker's out there taking
The Deacon Hill NIL trunks, I bet he paid $50 for those.
And they got the nice lining. They're actually really high quality.
Nice little mesh. You could right inside those.
Over 30 concussions. 25 broken noses.
Jeez.
2 cauliflower ears from being in the side of the head.
Lumbering toward the end zone. How did he get over the pylon? 300 pounds rumbling and stumbling down the far sideline.
You can't take a gun into an arena. I mean, Hardy could. Hardy could go in there with a gun and someone off.
All right, let's get back to football.
But I'm over in the produce section, and there's like a dude bananas. Like every time there's like a banana guy. He's I think there's a banana guy. I think
I'm a banana guy.
He is the bananas.
Nicely done, AD. Thank you. Quickie poll results presented by WCI Pools and Spas. This first one inspired by legends and listeners here on Iowa Everywhere with Chad Leistico and Scott Doctorman.
Does Penn State at Iowa still qualify as a big game? 53% say no. It doesn't. 47% say yes, it still does. How many of your neighbors who live within 2 doors of your front door do you actually know by name?
Pretty split.
Yeah, very split here. 32% say about half. 29% say they know all of them. 23% most of them, and 16% say they know none.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
I got to learn the last name of my neighbors over here. I know their first name, but
you can do it today. Maybe
it gets hard though when you've lived there for a long time and then you just finally get around to.
I know it's like I'm an asshole. I should have known this.
Yeah, and they turn around. They can turn it around and just be like, "Yeah, I was wondering when you would finally introduce yourself."
And
to me.
It's not like they haven't told me their name before.
Oh,
I just can't remember.
Let's go have a great weekend. Thank you for watching and listening to Murph and Andy, and thank you for supporting local media. Be sure to check out the merch store from AKC Marketing, Andrew Downs and Company at iowaeverywhere.com. If you get a chance, please like, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you found us. Thank you in advance for doing that. Don't forget about Instant Iowa as soon as the Iowa-Penn State game is over, maybe before. We'll see how it goes. We're back Monday. We hope you are too.